The time is 9:40 a.m. and the date today is the 21st of the 12th, 2020. My name is Kojo. Today is Monday. I'm thinking of a business. It's not a unique business, but how I plan to conduct my particular ununique business will make it unique. You see, life is about four things. You're about four things. Whoever you are, white or black, Chinese or gringo, red Indian or black Indian or wherever. Your life consists of four elements: earth, water, air, and sun for growth, photosynthesis. So, it is your understanding and right application of these four elements that gives you the energy to carry on. Now, you could say, who provides the four energies that you gain access to in order to gain life? That's where the question of God comes into play. But once God has given us the four elements and the four energies, what we do with it and how we apply it is what gives us longevity within the four energies. Because in order for us to receive longevity within the four energies, it all depends on our connectivity. With the four energies. Connectivity requires the right application. You cannot put negative to positive and positive to negative. It's the wrong application, it's the wrong connectivity. Therefore, the results you will get is different if you put it the right way around. What most people do not understand is this. It's scientific and it's biblical and it is in every belief system out there. So just to make it universal, let's make it scientific. Scientifically, percentage-wise, so mathematically, the human, you are about 20% earth. 80% of who you are is water. And then you take in absolute air, energy, gas. And then you access the sun for growth, photosynthesis. That's who you are. And if you have life, all it means is that you have the capability to connect the four. The four. If you're weak, if you're ill, it means your capability has been, shortened somehow. And the healing process is what will bring you back to full. Do you see what I mean? So, this particular business idea revolves around the percentages. How does that 20% earth, 80% water, absolute air, and sun for growth, how does it equate? Now, in the Bible breaks this down and explains it in words. So the Bible breaks down scientific meaning and mathematical calculations into words for everyone to understand. The Bible simply puts it as, you have access to everything, but not everything you have access to will suit you. It means, get this, when they say you're 20% earth, what that means mathematically is that you are not 80% earth. So the 80% of earth that you are not, if you access that in your food stream, it would hurt you. Scientifically, that will be called an allergic reaction. Someone eating peanuts and then getting sick from it, or even dying from it, even worse. Someone receiving a penicillin shot and getting sick from it or dying. But penicillin is medication, but it's not everyone's medication. Do you see? So the aim of this business is to try our best to reveal yourself to you in terms of food-wise. Help you to use the 4 elements right. And the first process of this system that we're giving you is actually the business part. Is actually the business part. You see, in life, once you discover who you are within vegetation, then the right application, because all vegetations have different power strengths at different times of the day. There are some things you're meant to eat only in the morning. That's when their energy is most strongest. So you access it then. Afternoon, evening, and sleep at night. So, to help you identify yourself, we have to go back to the base of you. You understand what I'm saying? To the base of you. To the closest thing or things that we think go to the base of of who you are. So it will be a very simple lab. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is to do with your diet. So it's not going to be the most elaborate but watch this. The work we're going to do will be the most elaborate work. But the methods do not have to be. So, there are 3 things we're going to ask from you. It is very simple. 3 things we're going to ask from you. We have literature, world literature, that tells you blood types, blood groups, what suits each blood group, what doesn't suit each blood group. So get this. 1 is blood. In seconds, we can give you literature that tells you what to eliminate from your food because of your blood group. That's the aim. The aim must be specific with you. We're not taking your blood for anything else. It's to try and help you identify you. The blood is the base of you. Blood is the base of you, carries everything you are. We all know this. DNA, everything, the base of you. So that's 1. Through that, we will also be looking to identify. For example, if you have cancer in your system somewhere, there are tests that can be performed on your blood group to spot something, enzymes within your system that conclude somewhere there's a development, a very early stages. But I don't want to make the process too expensive. So for that one, that will be private. So you will have to, obviously fork out a little money for that. But coming back to your diet, we've pointed you the right direction through your blood group. Now we need your piss. And also the base of you, your poo. your poo. From your piss, we can test and find out your deficiencies, because it carries everything that you have in you. But we know what you should have in you. And now we can tell you what you have and what you don't have and what you should have. From your poo, the same information, but we get more data from your poo, because then we get the physical sample of the things, your regular diet. So we're probably going to ask you for like 3 samples of piss, wee, which is urine, which is maybe once every week for 3 weeks. The same with the poo. We want to get a rough idea of your consistency, your diet consistency. We will give you all the information that will help you to achieve the strong body that you're meant to have. No one was created weak. That's why people are born without a torso, and yet they can be powerlifters. We're all born strong. You just have to find you in order to bring the strength you have in whoever you are out. This is the beginning process. If you watch any superhero movie, there's something they ate, something they accessed, something that was given to them, or something that was innate to them. Well, your food source, that's innate to you. Identifying the right ones, that's innate to you. That's very innate to you. And the identification of the right one and the application of the right ones and the association from the wrong ones could be the difference between you finding out you're a superhero and you're not. Or you're not. So, the uniqueness about this particular service is we're not just giving you spectrometers and wherever and dialysis information that you're not fully aware of its implications and understandings. We'll give you all that. But then we will highlight and explain. We'll highlight and break down. And then we'll give you a chart. And then we'll give you, because like I said, there are 4 elements: earth, water, air, and sun. And you need to apply all 4 rightly. You need to eat all 4. They're all energies. So if you access 3, but then leave 1 out, you're not connecting. You'll get weak somewhere. And eventually it would affect you. So we have to now show you an application process of applying all 4 to make sure you sufficiently access the required energy needed for life to proceed, and the required energy needed to receive a greater chance at finding who you are. Because once you know who you are, you will know then what you are meant to do. Because once you know who you are, you will just be who you are. And who you are has a job. And whether the job is a comedian or not, it will come out. Whether the job is to save the world, it will come out. So, for application purposes, we will give you an ancient time formula of the Akans called the Owari time key. The Owari time key is a game, but it's the way the Akans understood time and arranged time to demonstrate time and the use of time. And it helps you to apply all 4 living elements of energy to the body to strengthen you, to get you closer connectivity to the 4 energies, which will then reveal to you your inner self. So, a quick explanation of how the ORA game works. In front of me are 6 holes. In front of you are 6 holes. We all have 6 pots. Inside each hole, in front of me are 4 seeds. Seeds. In front of you are the same amount. That is 4 by 6. So that's 6 by 4. No, that's the English way. My bad. I'm confusing myself. That's 4 by 6. So 4 6 times. 4 6 times. That equals 24 on my side. 24 hours. It's the same on your side. 24 hours. It denotes that we have equal. No one's greater than anyone. No one's been given more than anyone. We all have 24 hours in a day. But it's how we apply that 24 hours that, starts to differentiate the difference. He lived longer than him. He was rich but died early. He was broke and poor but lived to be 105. Whole 50 years more than that rich person lived. It's not about money. It's about application of time to access the 4 elements. So watch. We have equal time. The English say we have equal time. They say 24 hours too. But they divide it into this way. 6, 6, 6, 6, which is 6 by 4. You see, it's reversed. 6 by 4 equals 24 hours. The same calculation, but this time it's 4 by 6. But what is the difference? Even though we both get 24 hours, the pots, you get 2 more with their cans. It means there are extra hidden times within our time that the English are hiding or that do not treat well. Also the names, morning, evening, afternoon, and night. These have no health implications or health directions. So that's the 6 by 4 GMT English time. But watch this. Ghana is on the same meridian timeline. Ghana is also on the same meridian timeline. In fact, the meridian timeline passes through the middle of Ghana. But Ghana says it's 4 by 6. There are 2 extra pots. We're not going to steal it from the people. So now let's apply time rightly. In the first pot, it's called Ade Achi. Remember I said the names of the English, morning, afternoon, evening, and night, have no implication to health. They have no direction to health. So get this. Ade Achi. Ade, translated, means something. Translated means everything. Achi means has been caught. Time is everything. When you catch something of time, you have caught everything of time. Thus, you have caught everything. Because if you wake up and you're breathing, that's 12 midnight onwards. If you wake up and you're breathing, it means you have caught life. You have caught earth, water, air, and sun. You're breathing, you're alive, you've caught everything. So you have caught something, you have caught everything, you have caught time. 4 hours. The next part, pay very careful attention to that, because each clock, or at least some of the clocks, have different names and different interpretations. that directs you to your health benefits. The first hour is called Machi. Ma means I. Chi means court. Your awake is around 4. You're awake, 4 going 5. You're awake and you're fully aware you have caught that which you said was Adie Ache. Something has been caught. Now you know what you've caught. 100%. You've caught time. But you're probably still chilling in bed. The next 2 hours, the next 2 clocks, 60-minute clocks, so 2 hours, are called Ahum Ache. Ahum Ache. Now, this is the first breakfast you're going to have of the day. And I'm going to explain to you why you're going to have that breakfast and its necessities. Ahum means breath or to breathe. Ache means to catch. So, to breathe and to catch your breath. That only indicates this action. Do you see that? A breathing exercise. A breathing exercise. Why? Because air is food. Air is energy. And at some point of the day, and it's absolute energy, at some point of the day, you need to make time to actually catch absolute energy at its best and cleanest. So those 2 hours, our people are saying, go out into the trees, into the woodlands, into the wood area. It sounds like witchcraft, doesn't it? Because the moon is still out. And now you're going to go and just breathe. Why is that good? Because breathing means your lungs and your heart, diaphragm, everything is pumping, is working. These muscles, you have no way of exercising them. Listen carefully. You have no way of going to the gym and exercising the ultimate muscle, your heart. My people call it akuma. Akum means a fight, a war. Ma means full. So full of fight, full of war. The only thing that's full of war for you, you're going to train your arms because you want to fight. But if your heart is weak, you're going to lose. So it's best to train your heart first, and that would automatically give you the energy and the strength to train your arm. My people are saying 2 hours of the day, before you start everything, before you start anything, eat air. In doing so, you will exercise also the biggest, most important muscle about you. Strengthen it. But also in doing so, you see, when you wake up in the morning, you're farting, point, point, point. That's a buildup of gases inside you. And they're bad gases. And the longer they stay inside you, the more they hurt you. And then you start to smell and this and that. When you don't get rid of bad gases, they start to somehow come out of you. Because you're like a basket that leaks, but at will. At will. You only leak and sweat when you need to. But when the sweat is coming through bad gases, it comes out on the outside of you and you start to stink. You see what I mean? So, get this. After eating air and exercising the only muscle that matters, now, the next hour is called Anopa. Anopa. Ano means mouth, pa means good. So to make the mouth good, making the mouth good, what does that mean? You clean the mouth, 1. 2, you have to put something through the mouth into the stomach. What foods do you eat? You've had air. Now you're going to have a combination of earth and water. 3 meals. But get this, what earth are you going to have? What should you be having in the morning? What should you be eating in the morning? Your food in the morning should be consistent of mainly herbs and green vegetation. And it should be particularly purposed to who you are. If you're fat, it should have fat burners, natural, herby, fresh, fat breakers, fat distillers, fat removers. But these are all herby foods you eat. You've taken in gas, which is going to help you, to burn more. So, which is the air. You've expelled bad gas because you don't need that. You've made room for new gas. So now you're going to work these herbs and water. This is your first breakfast to make the mouth good. But you're counting. Listen, you've had air 2 hours. Everything is filled. It's food. You've had a nice bit of targeted. Some people need to put on weight, so they're not having fat breakers. They're having cell binders to help them. Do you see what I mean? So everyone's different. So get this. You've had all these, but you've had 3 meals. I'm telling you, you will not be hungry. The third pot is called Iriamere, 8 o'clock to 12. Iria means sun. Mre means time. So it is sun time. So you've had air, you had water, you've had earth. Now you're about to have the 4th element, sun. But why at that time of the morning? Again, like the air, like Ahomachin, is the cleanest time. At Iriamere 8 to 12, the sun, its power is not that strong. It's the rising sun. That is actually the sun that grows the human. That is the photosynthesis sun for the human. So for 4 hours, you're going to go under the sun. Now you've taken in air, earth, the right earth, the 20% that binds you, water and sun. It's like fueling the Ferrari. You have fueled the Ferrari. Now the sun is going to help you. Your body is going to absorb the energy from the right sun. It's going to use that to process the enzymes in your body. Lace your body ready for your intentions. So at this time, approaching around 11, 12, you're going to have your lunch. Now your lunch can be greasy, slightly greasy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because why? You have already aligned the base of you with the protection you need to allow you to enjoy a nice meal. If it's meat you're going to eat, meat is not natural to our diet. But if you add the right breakers, things that break things down, and lace your stomach with the right enzymes, your body will be able to break it down quicker. And the enzymes will be able to help you break it down quicker. That's why vultures. So basically, you have to take in certain herbs that makes your stomach as strong as a vulture's. Do you see what I mean? But then they help you to expel things faster. You've had all 4 energies. From 12 to 4, the 4th pot is called Enjum Mre. Enjum means music. Mre means time. So it's music time. Why? You've taken in all these energies and you've just had lunch. And although the lunch has been taken care of by your stomach and the protection from Anopa and Ahomache, you still need to exercise and train the mind, school time. But because at that time the sun is too hot and it's not good for the growth of the human, and it actually declines the growth of the human has to withdraw from underneath the sun. And then you create classes called Enjomre story times. You use the stories to tell, history. You use the stories to tell folklore. You use the time to teach. But during this time, the kids will clap, sing, scream, run, exercise, vocal. Do you see what I mean? Around 3 to 4, you will have your second meal. Your plates are getting smaller. Your second meal around 3 to 4. It can be not so greasy, but still beautiful and nice. But it's a smaller plate. You've been singing and shouting. Your appetite has grown. Sweating. 4 hours. From 12 to 4. From 4 to 8 is called Anojo. Anajo. Ano means mouth. Jo means cool. Calms down. So you've been screaming, shouting, letting out pent-up energy. Everything about you is dedicated to time and life. Time equals life. And how you apply that time equals how well you live. So get this. You've been dancing and singing and learning and being happy and, just letting stress out. Because you get this. At some point, the world is going to have to take each of their governments to court for causing them so much stress. For bringing on depression. Because everyone is depressed. Everyone is depressed. But you just don't know it yet. You will soon find out that I'm right. And you will need a treatment. And you will come and I'll offer it and I'll charge it. You tell them you want the treatment. Yeah, you require it. So get this. Now, the mouth should cool down because it's getting close to bedtime. The kids, they need to calm down and let the pent up energy reside so they can relax. Because just before bed, you can't go to bed high on energy. Do you see what I mean? So now the stories for the next 4 hours, you don't stop. It just becomes quieter around the fire. And now let's say the grandmas, forget the granddads, they were the ones causing havoc just 4 hours ago. You get me? Now the grandmas take over. Wisdom takes over. The stories become more what Ghanaians call ifutu advice. So they'll tell you a story that will make you laugh, that will make you gag, that will make you this, that will make you that. But at the end of it, through the zigs and zags, you're going to learn good. You're going to learn this, that. But it's the way they teach it to you. So 8 hours schooling. That's 4 to 8. From 12 to 4, 4 to 8. Around 7. Between 6 and 7. Let's say between 6 and 7. You can have your last meal. And your last meal should be something called cocoa. Cocoa can be made of, millets. It's made of millets. And you can have it in different ways. Some of them slightly spicy. Some of them light, depending on the kids. With honey. And a little bit of, natural milk. Natural milk. Why? Because all this will just help to, break down things, and it's light. It's light. The stories finish. From 4 to 8. And then we have Adie Asa. Adie means something. Adie means everything. Asa means has finished. You're in bed. Everything for today, for you right now, is finished. Relax. 12 midnight. 1 second past. Adie Ache. The uniqueness of the service that we're going to offer will be to introduce you to who you are. and then put you on the access route of the application of who you are to you. And in doing so, we're not claiming to be magicians. The magician will be you. You will transform yourself. Because no one can make you who you are until you make yourself who you are. Someone can probably point you the right direction. But certainly, scientifically, accessing who you are and biblically realizing that you have access to everything, but not everything was made for you. So get this, let me show you how tiny you are in the spectrum of it all. There are 100% out there, but you are only 20%, meaning you are short by 80% from perfection. You're not perfect. But to achieve your personal perfection, because you're not perfect in the scheme of you're not everything. But are you exactly everything of who you are? Or are you as close to being exactly who you know or who you should be? That's the question. The only way you can be close to who you are is by following 4 energies, is by accessing 4 energies: earth, water, air, and sun, at the right proportions that reflect who you are. And all the answers to that is in the base of you. It is in the base of you. The problem is, why is this service special? Why is it unique? Because if medicine was to give you this service, it will mean medicine is killing the medicine, the medical profession. They're killing it. They're killing it. Do you see what I mean? Listen, you can develop cancer from a simple mistake as, the following. And it's a process of misinformation. You're blood type O. There's certain things that are particularly not good for blood type O people. But somehow, through a process of not recognizing who you are, that has become your aphrodisiac. But there's a group of them, and because they're in that same category, when you stop eating this one, you still see the thing coming. So you say it's not that. So you go back to eating this one. When you eliminate this one, you say it's not that. You're not seeing it because you understand what I'm saying. But there is scientific knowledge that can tell you roughly what to eliminate because you're blood type O in general. So then if you find that you're having some kind of problems and then you decided, okay, you know what, let me check my poo and my urine and my blood and let me see where I'm going. And then you say, so this is my type of blood. Okay, cool. And technically speaking, oh shit, look at the type of foods I shouldn't eat. It seems to consist of everything I am. McDonald's, KFC, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa's Pizza, bullshit, Molly's. Oh my God. Fried chicken and chips, fried this. Some people, their blood type denotes, you see, oils. But processed oils, they shouldn't have it. It should be natural omega oils. Processed, listen, even the processed, their type of oil should go through, should be natural. Do you see what I mean? But when all these secrets are hidden from you, then you end up eating a lot of things that ain't you. And then you don't realize where the cancer buildup came from, where this came from, where that came from, where that came from. Do you see what I mean? But all this, just a test of your urine, your poo, and your blood. We can quickly turn around and say, listen, through the samples you gave us, you need to go and have a proper checkup with your doctors. They may not detect anything, they may not see anything, but tell them to do a blood sample, a proper detailed blood sample, and they should find that there is a buildup of, this cancer-causing agents within your system. And therefore, they should, offer treatment. We have offered our advice, and now you can see how good our advice already is. But now you're confirming it with your personal physician. You can give them our recommendations, or you can keep that a secret and see what they say. Would they direct you to a natural process? No, they will immediately direct you to a pharmaceutical process. But then when you read the cause and effects of the pharmaceutical process, you'll be realizing that you're getting rid of one issue but bringing on another. Immediately, you're caught in their trap. You're going to get cancer, whether you like it or not. They're going to eat from you, whether you like it or not. You see, when it's natural, it flushes out of you, and it takes everything bad with it. But the application is the tricky part. I'm going to look for funding to start this lab. I'm going to get a few professionals to help me. But the main aim of the lab is to actually staff it with most of Ghana's science students who have just qualified but have no prospects of, any jobs. But get this. They have no prospect of any jobs. They're lounging about. Some of them are scientists, and now they're doing silly little jobs elsewhere. But get this. This center will be open and it will be cheap. You understand what I'm saying? We'll staff them in there and it will be open to the world. It will be open to the world. Anyone, anywhere in the world can book, send in their samples. And because we're in Ghana, where labor is cheap, but get this, because of the field we're in, even though you may find the service really cheap on your side, in UK or in America or in Brazil or in Germany or in Poland or wherever, even though because of the value of your money, you may find it's very cheap, the people working, they will be handsomely paid. Why? It's a service. It's a service. But it's a service to try and make the world better. So, once you log on and you sign up and you create an account, we receive your samples. We start immediately doing your tests. We send you the key information straight away whilst we're preparing the other reports. It's a series of copy and pasting because all the information is already available. So once we know who you are, now we start copy and pasting who you are to give you the information of who you are. It's not very hard. So we've got the tech guys doing their job. We've got the chemist guys doing their job. We've got the herbal guys doing their job. You're going to find there are some things, you see, this is the service, this is what I'm telling you. For that part of the service, they will be paid handsomely. Because I'm not looking to make any profit from that. The rest will just go to Franklin and Friends, which is not a charity, it's an organization belonging to my friend, my son and all his friends, who are every kid. You see what I mean? So get this. Now, where would I make some little profit from? You see, now when we identify food groups that you should be accessing, again, not very expensive, at the rate we pay for them in Ghana. Because I want Ghanaian farmers and Ghanaian herbalists to get their medication out of it. Because herbal is safe. Not only safe, it's permissible. Do you see what I mean? So now we can give you a list of herbs, a list of things that you may not have access to in the nation you live in, but you need because it's you. This is why passports exclude us from full lives. In fact, I'm trying to make a human rights argument that visa restrictions and passport restrictions actually impugn on our human rights of freedom to travel around the world to discover who we are. Why? Because I may find that there's a particular fruit through these tests, I may find, in my blood group, these things are really good for me. But these things only grow in the UK. Now, maybe that's the only reason I have to go to the UK. I don't need and I don't have any other reason. And that's the only reason why I want to go to the UK. To meet myself, consume myself, and be the best part of me. They won't accept that as a reason. And that goes against my human rights, because I'm trying to be the full who I am. And I discovered that a part of me is there. So I need to go and access it, because if the part of me is there, and if I'm only 20%, it means that 20%, that part of me that's there, is so dear to me, is life and death. Because everything that's here doesn't contain that, and that's me. It's against my human rights. Do you see what I mean? So get this. Passport and visa controls and this, they only prevent us from accessing full quality of life. A full quality of life. Which goes against everything the Human Rights Convention was set up to protect, to give every citizen and every human being on the face of this planet a full quality of life. But then their first action contravenes all that. Their first action contravenes all that. So, if they won't let you get to you, then maybe we can send you to you. And they have to open that door. This is the back door we use. But we first have to identify you. So, you can turn around and say, I'm shipping in this. They say, oh, you're shipping in this. You say, on medical grounds. No taxation. You give them all the paperwork. It's medically approved. This is what you've discovered about yourself, and this is what you're deficient of, and it's not available here, and this is not food. This is medication for you. So you're shipping it in. They can't argue with you. They can't argue with you. That's why pharmaceutical companies are so rich, because they're shipping in medication and they're taking profits for medication out. But I'm talking. We're not shipping in medication. We're shipping in you for the consumption of you. I'm going to set up a unique business. It's going to be human-centered. 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 Even if you want us to give you tips on perfume. Who'll tell you? You know, because of your this, that, because of these enzymes and this, that, these particular flowers are not good for you. So now you can start researching the perfumes you buy. Basically, we'll get to a point where a little bit of a little £5 on top will get you this result added. A little £5 on top. Next thing you know, yeah, you've got everything that would normally cost you about £1,000 to £2,000 in London. You've got it for about £50. Ghanaians need jobs, and I'll show you that because I have people, Westerners, who will come to train them further to make sure that each one qualifies. Because they've qualified in Ghanaian universities, fine. But with my knowledge, we will get you the right information in a way that makes it easy to digest. I wake up, thank God. I go, I strengthen the heart, replace the gases, eat some air energy, and then strengthen the heart, start the day upright, eyes like that. Second, make the mouth good, get some herbs in there to block all the poisons. Third, go and eat some sun to get the growth energy in there. Fourth, relax, chill, sing, clap, build up energy, exercise, and then eat something light but nice and oily or whatever, but something really, I gotta have that. That's like my, you understand what I'm saying, like that. Carry on the singing and, slow singing and chilling around the fire. Have some cocoa. Go to sleep. Relax. Everything's done. That's life. We're going to give you a lab that gives you your life back. But it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. It doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. And vice versa, it will save Ghana. It will give young students jobs, purpose, and it will start creating an industry. Loads of Ghanaian kids may want to become part of the medical profession, but if they don't see spaces for them in Ghana, but through this, Ghanaian youth may be getting, called from, European countries. Oh, you know what? If you've got someone that fits these qualities, there's space for them here. Work visas, come. We don't mind. But because why? Our services are everywhere. They may even want our people to come there, so maybe we can open centers there to, get our service closer to their people, because their people are demanding these things. But we have to open up a center here in Ghana to start training them. Just like Cuba. Cuba trained nurses and nurses and nurses and doctors and doctors and doctors. A tiny little nation. Now, they are some of the best doctors in the world. Some of the best nurses in the world. In times of trouble, you look at Cuba. It's a blueprint, it's a template. Ghana has many nurses, especially women, caring, beautiful. Soon the men will be running to join them. Why? Because at a later stage, because maybe the weather because you see, the world is not one. The world has many spots, and some places receive more life than others. So you may want to take a medical holiday to Ghana, where you can actually, for 3 months, live under those conditions of application of time to life, to rejuvenate yourself. But you won't be traveling to live in a hotel. You'll be traveling to live in a nursing home next to the beach that looks like a hotel. Because every person working there will be a nurse. Even the chefs will be nurses. It's just like when you go in the army. Everyone's in the army, but you have different sections of the army. But everyone will have the nursing training. So you understand, that's not just a waitress. That's someone taking care of my health. So the drinks they bring you, if they bring you too much alcohol, they have every right to say, man, you're here to get better. Remember that, please. But they're recording all that. That's the idea. Whilst you're here, we're recording. So we're trying to, we take your blood sample the day you arrive, everything. We test them all. We want to make sure that when you leave and we test what you're leaving after 3 months, that there's definite change, physically, spiritually, everything. We're not asking you to come and change your religion. We're just asking you to come and access and learn how to access 4 energies. You. That's it. The time is 10:36. My name is Kojo. I have a unique business proposition and unique business idea. I will need help funding it. I'll need help. I need private and both government help. Because get this, anything that makes Ghana great again is good for all of us.